into one entity and did one report, Bank of Uganda. One like this. So if me, who has done 5 reports, 5 entities in 1 year, you're comparing me to you, who did one in 6 months. You're the one who is lazy.
This committee that has members, over 4 of them, is supposed to, according to the Speaker, is going to go under investigation and an audit. Does this scare you as the chairperson? Because, yes, I know there are some people who are saying they have evidence of corruption, though they couldn't table it there and then on the floor parliament yesterday, but as they say, they have evidence.
Then you bring it. You bring it.
Are you afraid about?
Not at all. Let me tell you, by the way, what the Speaker said is a bluff. There's no investigation that will happen. The same thing she talked about, the report saying it leaked, I'm going to investigate. It was a bluff. So she's saying this to try and make the public think we are not operating the right way or that kind of thing. There's no inquiry going to happen. But even if it does, I do not have a problem with that at the end of the day. Yeah. But my point is, the Speaker should stop frustrating committee work. For heaven's sake, why is the Speaker so vested in this Uganda Airlines report? What interest does she have in it? For her to make a ridiculous ruling which is not hinged on any law. That you see, this report leaked, and that is why we are not going to have it. What if it was leaked by her? So that eventually she says, now that it leaked, we are not going to have this report, because the first person who received this report was the Speaker of Parliament. So it could even have been leaked by her.
Honorable Senyonyi, I get a feeling that all hope is not lost. If you are investigating misappropriation, the fire and hire process and everything that you were investigating, we know that already the Auditor General has already cited some of these. For example, the 164.5 billion shillings that were lost in this airline, national carrier. I feel that this is evidence enough that can be used against some of these persons.
Of course, that's why for me and my committee, we have done our job. Okay, we exposed the rot, Ugandans saw all the rot, all the filth, the misappropriation, the corruption in Uganda Airlines. Okay, now it is the Speaker who is trying to cover up for that. So Ugandans will judge for themselves who has tried to do their job.
This shouldn't worry you whether the report is stable or not, because already the Auditor General has already made the recommendation that some of the findings he found. I think these are already evidence enough. Shouldn't worry you that the report is not tabled.
No, of course, my point is that the process has got to be completed, yeah, because this is a committee report, it's got to be tabled in Parliament, then Parliament debates it. If there are any issues, because I'm not even saying we are perfect people or that kind of thing, you know, but if there are any issues or anyone doesn't want any particular element in the report, on the floor of Parliament it can be amended before it is passed. But the Speaker is saying no to that. I don't know, maybe the Speaker just has something personal against Joel Senyonyi. I need to inform the Speaker of Parliament if she does not know. This is not a report of Joel Senyonyi. This is a report of a committee. By the way, my committee has over 70% NRM members. And these members signed the report. But she's trying to make it seem like this is a Joel Senyonyi affair.
Your friend, because your friend.
I'm not her friend. I don't know where she gets that drama from. You know, she's only my leader, my Speaker. You know, she is not my friend. That legalese, that, you know, that leisure talk of, you see, Joel is even my friend and so on. I'm not your friend. I'm your fellow leader. Do what is right, Madam Speaker.
You know what happened yesterday on the floor of Parliament, and even what you did, the exchanges that we saw on your social handles, your Senyonyi and also the Speaker of Parliament, and even what you're saying now could also lead you the same way we saw her directing Honorable Francis Zake to the rules and privileges and disciplinary committee, that also made us so Zake losing his job of a commission of Parliament. It could also be the same way you could also land you into that committee.
Who cares if that gets to happen? For heaven's sake, I'm not meant to be because as a chairperson forever, okay? So if the Speaker, and as I have seen, anyone that stands up against her and says, no, this is wrong and so on, she sends them to the disciplinary committee, tries to censure them and all of that. I am ready. I do not have a problem with that. But I will call A, I will call B, I'm going to call a spade a spade. I think that the Speaker...
Not afraid?
Not at all. Why should I be afraid? What am I afraid of? There is nothing for me to be afraid of. Let her do whatever she has to do, but I'm telling her the way she's running our institution is problematic.
For someone who didn't see the leaked report and would like to know what is contained in the report, give us at least 5 of the recommendations that you saw or findings that you found in your investigations.
Actually, you see, our inquiry was open. The media always covered it. So you always saw everything that you saw.
In the report, the final report you made, at least 5.
That's the point I'm making, that you see, everything that you saw in the media is exactly what is in this report. You were with us when we were covering this. about the misappropriation. All of those things you saw, you know, contracts being given by Bamutraki to her boyfriend, you know, without following procurement regulations and so on. All of that you guys in the media covered because it was before you. That she gets money from the entity to travel to 5 different countries and she doesn't.
What I mean, do you want her fired or something like that?
There must be, you see, for anyone who saw, you don't even have to wait to see what Kosase has said on this matter. For everyone that saw the thuggery there is in Uganda Airlines, even that border rider there will tell you that no, we need an overhaul. First of all, she was not even hired the right way. It was backdoor. So you hired backdoor and you're misappropriating funds, corruption and all of that confusion. Even that market vendor, you know, can tell you that, you know what? No. Okay. There's need for a cleanup in Uganda Airlines.
Thank you so much, Honorable Senyonyi. In your final words, looking to that camera, how do you want the Uganda Airlines to be run? Because this is a public entity that is also where a lot of money, public taxpayers' money is being invested in, and we want to see the airline working for Ugandans and for the economy.
By the way, there are people who think that some of us are against Uganda Airlines. No. By the way, I've flown Uganda Airlines maybe thrice now. Okay? And most of the time it is personal trips. And I say, but let me support my airline. You know, I'm going on a private visit. Let me use Uganda Airlines because I want it to work. We want it to work. For heaven's sake, we want our country to work. When we make noise about some of these things, we want our country to function. We want our entities to function because the taxpayer is injecting a lot of money in these entities, you know. So for Uganda Airlines to function the right way, one, the law has got to be followed. People have got to be hired the right way. Competent people, by the way. Those that don't do their job, they need to be showed the exit. For heaven's sake, we discovered the commercial director of Uganda Airlines was a senior 6 leaver, has senior 6 qualifications. That is a commercial director of the national airlines. And no wonder people are trying to sit on this report. But for us, our pledge is that we'll keep exposing the rot there is. Ugandans will know. Even if the powers that be, like the speaker using her office, can decide, let me sit on a report illegally. I don't know whether you call it battle lines or whatever, but me, I'm speaking on behalf of my committee, which did work. We signed the report. That report was not signed by only Joel Senyonyi. Okay. Majority of those who signed were actually NRM members because we got all the facts together.
Thank you so much, the Member of Parliament for Nakawa West, also the spokesperson.